Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes.
Smile. Be a goofball. I'm just sitting here. What?
Look happy.
Smile. What? Show some joy.
Jeez.
Welcome back, Utah fans, to another episode of the Utah Football Fans Podcast. I am Bryn with Gary and James, and you better look happy, James. We are
Not
happy.
goofy, happy.
Happy to be here. We are
There's no
happy
separation for me.
of being happy and goofy.
Yeah, that's just my smile, Gary. It's not a handsome one, but I am what I am.
We are happy to be here. We want to thank our sponsor, Thomas Orthodontics. Look him up at thomasortho.com. We had a great Saturday. San Diego State, tailgating. We want to give a shout out to Stephanie Edwards. She came to our tailgate and won our Utah Football Fans t-shirt. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you didn't see our Instagram and our Facebook, but we gave away a couple of these shirts at our tailgate. We'll do some other stuff like that. So you got to follow us. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, join our Facebook group, subscribe on YouTube. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Hey, okay, but these are cool shirts. You'll want one.
They are sweet.
So
They're nice and soft.
if you want one, you can check us out where we tailgate, or DM us, or email us, and we'll send you one. Of course, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, you'll have to pay for it, but we will send you one once you pay
ask
for it.
really nicely.
These are sweet, though. I mean, look at that. Who wouldn't want one of those?
It's Utah Football Fans Podcast at gmail.com. And you say tailgate, but I won't be tailgating for the next home game because it's at freaking noon. But
We'll get to that.
We'll
get to
talk
that.
about that next week, probably. Right
Yeah,
now,
we might talk about it.
We'll talk
We
about
might
this
talk about it today.
episode because I'm pretty upset about it. The worst time.
it's the worst time. Some people love it. I hate it. Anyways,
Well, anywho.
where do you want to start, Gary?
With the San Diego State game. How about
Okay.
that?
Oh.
we did
We
have a
didn't
game.
have a game. How about that?
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
Little question marks here or there, but it was
No,
great.
it was a great game. We 35-7. What do you look? What do you want? Yeah, I'd love to win every game 55-0 too, but
I
it was great.
I want some offense in the first quarter, but we'll get there. We'll talk about it.
okay.
Well, we killed him.
Killed them.
Yeah.
So
Our third and second stringers were in this fourth quarter. So what do you want?
Which is awesome. It's
it
so
was
good to give them more
yeah,
time.
everybody knows it took a quarter and a half to get going. It was a slow start. Whatever. Okay, we get that. But by the end of it all, we totally dominated. They didn't even have 200 yards of total offense. I think they had a total of like 40 yards of offense in the first half.
It's 7
Yeah.
passing yards in the entire first half.
Yeah, I mean, they ended up only with, was it 40 yards? No, what did they end up passing?
I don't remember the number.
It wasn't even worth looking at. It's just, so, and of
Are you
course.
still sick, by the way?
No, it's lingering. My voice sounds better. Don't I sound better, everyone? I sound better, but there might be a cough here or there.
So San Diego State
Cut you off, Gary.
had 7 yards.
At halftime.
San Diego State tallied just 7 yards
Uh-huh.
and 2 completions on 5 pass attempts
7
only.
passing yards in the first half.
But they only had 5 pass attempts in the first half.
Jeez.
And then, well, I can't remember what it was in the second half.
They had a total of 60 passing yards, so
Okay.
53 passing yards in the second half. Most of that came against our second and third string guys.
The problem was for them is their start. Well, first of all, San Diego State was we talked about this last time. Yeah. San Diego State was going to run the ball. That's their game. It's not passing. They weren't going to throw the ball a ton anyway. So it's whether they could run on us. But having said that, their QB, their main guy, who got killed a couple of times. He got smashed. Apparently took a thumb to the eye.
Oh.
And I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he took a thumb to the eye on that hit.
Phenomenal.
I mean, it was a massive hit, but and I think he was seeing double and got a black eye, and he was out.
Yeah.
So they brought in the other guy only for like a series.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got hurt or not, and then they brought in number 9.
Yeah. Who wasn't awful.
Well,
but they went through 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
there were 3 QBs, and so are they going to throw on Utah? No. Were they a threat? No. So I guess what I'm saying is, talent level, just because of the circumstances, we were above San Diego State. I don't think you can deny that. And
by a wide margin.
I mean, San Diego State were in the game sort of because we couldn't do anything. Their defense kind of was whatever. Mm-hmm. But once it opened up, we were not going to lose that game.
No, once Utah was up 14 points, the game was over.
So we scored in the second quarter and the third quarter. I don't think we scored in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, for everyone that's
kind of held off,
mad and complaining and everything. Cam Rising, for the first time in his career, threw 4 touchdown passes.
That shocked me. I can't believe that he hasn't had a game where he scored
a lot
4.
of the time though, when he scores 4 touchdowns, he's got a rushing touchdown in there.
That's true.
So he'll have 3 pass, 1 rush, 2 and 2, something like that. But this game, he threw for 4 touchdowns in essentially 2 quarters, because the first quarter was not great.
They struggled.
It was ugly. Look,
we
it
all
was
know.
bad. We all know.
We saw it. We saw it.
But the second, third quarter comes out, 4 touchdowns. All right, get them off the field. We're done. So we beat him with 2 quarters of football.
So 4 touchdowns. We were 4 for 4 in the red zone with TDs.
Thank heavens.
Which I didn't realize that at the time. But I saw the stat. So we were in the red zone 4 times, came away with 4 touchdowns. If you do that, you're going to win all the time. And like we already mentioned, it was only 60 pass yards allowed.
Yeah.
And their running game, which is their game, they didn't even get over 200 yards. I mean,
no, they were
like
150 something.
Yeah, that's right. So we dominated them.
Not even that. Hold on. They were 113. I thought they were 153, but 113 rushing yards.
Okay.
For the game?
Mm-hmm. And then 60 yards.
So they had 173 total yards. But and that makes sense. I mean, if you watch the game, that's how it felt.
It was. Now, I admit, for a lot of reasons, I wish we could have scored a couple more touchdowns, simply for the look of it. Because we talked about the polls last week and all the joke that can be.
Stupid.
For style points, for the guys who never watch the games, they just look at the box score and the stats. I go, oh wow, 48-7. And by the way, that should have been a shutout.
Yeah,
that saddens me.
That's the frustrating part. A muffed punt. We had a couple of opportunities. That's the one that really hurts. 35-0 looks a whole lot better.
It's too bad.
We should have been in the 40s. But
yeah, I wish we would have gotten to 42 at least.
We could have gotten to 49 if we really wanted to. I mean,
well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I wish we would have wanted to.
No,
it's just not how Whittingham plays the game.
And I appreciate taking Cam out because we can't.
No, he needed it out, but Barnes can throw it.
Yeah, he didn't really throw that much.
Do anything. No. Anyway, but as the game played out, I mean, you never know how games are going to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, but once we started rolling, we were dominating. Now, the guy that was in front of us, now I haven't verified this, and I can't remember exactly what he said, but I don't think San Diego State got over the 50-yard line until like the third quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Was it the fourth quarter?
Yeah, he turned around.
Fourth quarter?
And in the fourth quarter was the first time that they passed the 50-yard line.
It's hard to win a game
and again,
or score a
against
point.
our backups and our backups.
So,
jeez.
Didn't LSU play a team a few years ago that didn't cross the 50-yard line? Okay, just throwing that out there.
They did.
Okay.
So the thing is, when you're watching the game and
cheers,
and the The team with no name.
Yeah, I don't remember who it
Team that
was.
shall not be named.
I just know LSU played somebody a few years ago.
So you don't throw you can't throw the ball. You don't get across the 50 till the fourth quarter.
Jeez.
So when I'm watching the game, I just want to get more points. It was over. I knew we were dominating. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's just we were better than them. That when I consider we lost to them last year.
Yeah.
In the middle of the third quarter, I'm watching the
how.
game going, how did we lose to these guys?
I know,
And I know it's different teams.
Who doesn't?
But come on.
Because they had a running back last year, right? That was really good.
They had
Yeah,
a better
but-
defense and a better running game.
I don't know. It's you
God.
can't drive yourself crazy, but
So there we go.
I
that's
mean-
that's the analysis.
That's it.
What do you want to say?
That's
What do you
it.
want us to say?
We can move
Well,
on now.
no, I mean notable. Chris Curry's out
Oh.
for the season, which is just heartbreaking because we know we've talked about him. And last week when he scored, and we know he's stuck around with this team, even though he kind of knows he's not the guy, but he's wanted to stick it out with this team, and now he's out for the season, which just sucks. But
Yeah, it does. Saddened
mean-
by it.
so our hearts go out to him because that was not what we want to
Unlike,
see.
I think it was his first carry of the game.
It was.
too.
Yeah.
First carry,
Just one of those
good
weird
run,
things.
good run, and yeah, just kind of one of those weird sports
He
injuries.
will be
that
back
happens.
next year. He does have the eligibility.
yeah, that's what Witt has said. And then
Sucks though, man. Poor
obviously
guy.
we got to talk about the receivers because that's what you wanted. I think that's what everybody was wanting to see. And man, did they show up on Saturday.
3 scores between Enos and
Vele.
Vele. Vele had 2. It was great to see it. I think everybody in the entire arena, when it happened, kind of went, oh, finally. I mean, those were the first touchdowns by receivers we've had all year, which is insane. But
I was listening to Witt, though. I mean, he did say that our basic package, and it's not going to change, is it's 2 receivers and our 2 tight ends. So the idea that we're going to have like 3 receivers out there, and that's not us. So it's going to be those guys, and then Money Parks.
yeah, Dixon every now and then.
That's the thing. Now the thing, I don't know Enos. I don't know what he caught. I know that it was 3 receptions for Vele, 2 of which were for touchdowns. The thing is, when I'm watching it, I'll just talk of Vele. He's got hands, man.
That ball, his second touchdown,
Right in front of us.
it was right in front of us. I mean, I'm on like the 14th row. I heard it. I
Me
heard it
too.
hit his hands. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a.
But it's like
That thump.
he has the hands, and sometimes just throw the ball.
Give him a shot.
Just throw the ball to him, Cam, because I think if it's a good throw, he's going to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Well, Cam even said that
Did he?
during his post game interview. Because, of course, this has kind of been the topic of conversation for the last couple of weeks about using the receivers. And Cam did say, I know when I throw it up there, Vele is going to go up and get it. So, and that play, his second touchdown, was a perfect example of that. Is you just throw it high enough. He's a tall dude.
Right? Was that right in front of
Yeah,
where we were?
he's crossing the end zone, and he
a
took
great
it
play.
right out of the air.
Went up. High
He
point
threw
of
the ball before Vele had made the actual cut.
Yeah.
He made the cut. The ball was in the air. He turned, grabbed it. He's got good hands, man. I just want to use.
It's good to have this many weapons. I mean, that's the thing
Right.
is when you have the 2 amazing tight ends, and then you open it up to all ththese receivers who are also very talented. It's nothing but positive things.
Well, here, look, and there was a point made, and I agree with it, that on the YouTube somebody commented, like, okay, we use our tight ends like receivers. And we do, and I
They are.
get that. They're receivers. They're big receivers. But at some point,
Keithy is for sure.
Keithy is for sure. Kincaid, stop jumping.
I know. Please
Holy
don't get
cow.
hurt.
But I'm just saying, like, you have to have the ability to go outside with the ball. Because you start playing some really good teams that maybe can match up, you're going to have to rely on those guys. And it was just really good to see them get rewarded with some touchdowns. I mean, I'm sure that both of them just, okay,
I guess before we go on, can we just make this comment? I don't know
Oh,
about
let's
you
hear it.
people.
This will be good. I don't know what he's going to say.
You'll jump all over this.
Okay.
Um,
I think I know
What is it? Ooh, I'm so excited.
I know what it is.
Utah fans.
Fans.
So you go to the game
cheering for this team.
As a Utah fan,
This team.
as you go to the game to cheer for Utah,
You proud, baby.
and either before the kickoff or one series into the game, you're trashing your own team. Why do you come to the game? Are you a self-hating Ute fan?
Can you give an example, please, sir? Or would you like me to do it?
Okay, you can give the examples, and I'm not exaggerating.
These are exact quotes from the game.
Yeah, these are the
Okay.
These
guys.
are people kind of around behind where we
Okay.
sit.
I'm just going. What is?
Before the game, you know, they run out of the tunnel. The place is going wild.
Fireworks. I love the fireworks.
We're all getting jacked
jacked
up
up.
for the game.
You know you're going to just put
We're all fans,
San Diego State
so
in a
I guess.
body bag. I'm looking. Okay, he's got a Utah shirt on. So do I. Thomas, our number one running back, who has scored a touchdown, I think 10 straight games, I think is the number now,
Dang.
is right. I mean, he's right there. And the guy yells at him verbatim, "Hold on to the ball, jackass."
I did hear that, actually.
Okay, that's something that maybe I would yell at a San Diego State player.
Yeah, how about yelling at the other team?
You and I looked at each other like, what the freak?
It was
You're at the game cheering. That guy's on your team. And then there was a first quarter bad throw, goes off of Keithy's hands, and some guy turns and goes, "Yeah, like that guy's going to make it in the NFL."
Oh, my gosh.
yeah, these guys behind us.
I'm just going, do you expect every single play? Look, San Diego State wanted to play football that game too. They made some plays.
They made some plays early. I mean,
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect?
They're football players,
They're football players too. They're still out there hustling. And then there was one more.
about Thomas, it was
Oh, God.
he goes down easy for a big guy.
Yeah, he sure goes down easy for a big guy.
We're just going.
I'm like, I've never seen the guy go backwards. Every time he gets tackled,
Yeah,
he
no
goes
kidding.
forward for 3 extra
So-
yards.
I don't understand.
Maybe we need to.
They never criticized San Diego State.
Not one time
Not one
did they
time.
say anything negative about San Diego State. Because I was paying attention.
Yeah,
It
after
was-
all of this, you're just like going, what is going on?
And these are just 3 examples. It was.
It was bad. Yeah.
I'm gonna start writing them down and bringing them to you.
Maybe we need to do a course on how to be a fan. We could film a
I'm not
video.
gonna tell
like,
you to be a fan. How about just cheering for your own team?
How about not calling your own guy a jackass? How about cheering for him? How about being positive? It's the weirdest.
I felt like it was
mentality.
in high school. Some of the stuff they were saying,
Oh,
it was
dude,
just
it was-
so childish, and they were trying to outdo each other.
Yeah.
And coach was behind us, telling us every play, hold that block, and should go over here, and should go over there.
This were assignments for this guy.
I mean,
and
I'm
this
like,
and
oh,
that
dude,
and
I can
that.
see the game. I don't need you to commentate, please.
I do have a nomination from our very own Elise Harris for Thomas as the hottest player of the year. So he has officially been nominated into that pool. She's a fan. Which, by the way, let's mention Thomas, his aunt passed away this last week.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that going into the game.
And, well, I didn't know it going into the game.
I found out at like halftime on Twitter that his aunt, who helped raise him,
Right.
passed
so
away last
she's
week.
like a mother to him. And I mean, there was even talk of him not playing possibly, but it sounds like, he pushed through and he scored a touchdown. And so prayers go out to him for that. But I want to mention just a couple things about game experience. Did either of you go out into the concourse this time?
No.
I did.
How was it?
Yeah,
Is it better?
Yeah, it's better. It's thinned out. They did some stuff.
They moved some stuff around.
That's good.
They made like stanchions and like
I did see that,
the switchbacks like at Disneyland type thing. And
which is huge so that you can actually get through the concourse.
it sounds like at the concession stand, because before where you'd all line up in these big long lines and one line would be moving super fast and you're always stuck in the one that doesn't move.
just like on the freeway. It's my life.
It sounds like now you all wait in line and then you just wait for the next available
Like the
person.
bank teller situation.
Yeah.
That's how it
So-
should be.
Way more efficient. So
Good
thank
job.
you to Auxiliary Services for putting that all together because it is long overdue.
That's good though. I didn't go out. I should have. I was starving, but I didn't feel like dealing with the
I
crowd.
know, you just don't want to deal with it.
It's better. It wasn't as crowded.
I want feedback on this, Utah fans. So please, in the comments, say if you agree with me or if I'm just crazy.
Oh, here we
I
go.
know what it is. You tweeted
I
this.
tweeted this. I can't stand the lighting the cauldron and light the U. I feel like I'm at summer camp. I feel like I'm at like Kittyland story hour in the library where your fairy dust is going to make the fairies
So let's
fly.
not have any fun at all.
It's
let's
not
not have
that,
any
Gary.
traditions at all. Is that it?
It's the your energy will light the cauldron.
Okay, I don't know. The cauldron.
That's what I'm saying. It's so stupid. Make it cool.
I don't mind the UTAH. That's kind of stupid, but I don't mind it.
It doesn't work though. Not everybody. It doesn't.
I'm okay with the.
Listen, Florida did it. They did the Go Gators back and forth. It sounded awesome because everyone was
they got 90,000.
participating.
90 plus
That's what I
1,000
mean.
people in the stands.
It doesn't work at
We had
Utah.
it going though. It was going better this time.
I would yell.
You
A.
like the everyone. Your energy will light the cauldron.
No, I don't like that energy stuff, but I don't mind the UTAH stuff.
Like it won't light if we don't do UTAH.
Oh, let's be literal, shall we? I mean, seriously.
I hate it.
Okay, let's from the cauldron to light the U.
I don't like the plunger thing.
So what?
It's
Why
so
not?
dumb. Because it's dumb. It's hokey.
Why is it dumb?
It's hokey.
It's just having,
like
this is having some fun together.
But
having
how's
a
the U
victory.
gonna light? It's got a direct cable that they plug into.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jesse,
This does
Jesse's
sound like
all
a
over
Jesse.
this.
This is
No,
Jesse.
Jesse is all over
This sounds like Jesse.
I am my own person with my own brain and my own thoughts.
This sounds like Jesse.
This is not Jesse. I'm the one that said this to him after the game.
Jesse.
It's juvenile.
Okay, I will just say for myself, yeah, okay.
Make it cool. We could make it cool. Lighting the U could be cool. I think the
It's
plunger
fun. It's in
is
front
dumb.
of the muss. It's in front of the families.
It's dumb.
It's a victory. Let's do it. Boom.
Lighting
I
the
don't
cauldron
mind it.
is dumb.
I'm not talking
Here's
about
what
the
I'll
cauldron.
say.
Both of them are dumb.
Here's what I'll say.
I'm okay with it.
I love that they
Put a
have,
poll out.
have brought.
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
Put a poll out.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Pull that out.
Pull out.
God.
Back on track. Back on track.
Jeez.
I love that they are lighting the cauldron. I think it's really cool that they've incorporated that
Yeah, sure.
with the stadium. I mean, there's history. The Olympics were here. I think it's very cool. I will agree with you that your energy will bring the cauldron to life. I think that's stupid and kind of hokey. Just light the damn thing and let's go. The plunger doesn't bug me. We won the game. They gather in front. They've gathered in front of the muss. Does it light the U? No. Does anyone actually believe it? No.
Yes.
Okay.
She does. That's why.
I don't.
That's why it
No.
upsets her so much.
It's no.
Jeez, dude, a loogie came flying across.
I know how they light the U. Believe me, it's not the plunger.
Some guy with a switch
It's an
somewhere.
app on
Okay.
somebody's freaking
I know.
phone.
That's
I
cool.
know.
So that's where I stand on it.
The
keep
muss looked really good on Saturday. I mean,
did.
we will give props to them. They looked great.
Light the cauldron. I don't care. I'll keep the plunger. But yeah, my energy.
I just don't like
The energy thing's
hokey stuff.
hokey.
Come on.
It's okay.
We are a college Pac-12 team. Let's be cool.
At least we got people in the stands. UCLA.
Okay, let me ask this. This is what I would. Here's what I would really like.
man.
Here's what I would really like. See, I'm old enough.
Yes. Yeah.
See, I'm old enough to remember
When they didn't have
When
the
we
lights on the
had-
stadium.
the Indian on a horse and the spear, and he'd come out
Well, yeah.
and jam that thing in the middle of the field.
Okay.
Okay, so I understand all the sensitivity stuff. Okay, I don't have to go down this road.
No.
What I think would be cool, however, I mean, we just had Ute Pride. Ute
the
Crowd,
best halftime of the whole year.
and
It is really cool.
and the tribe comes and does their stuff, which is really
It's really cool.
cool.
It's really cool.
And it's an honor for us. I just think how cool it would be if someone from the Ute tribe came rolling out on a horse and a spear for the University of Utah. Can you imagine?
It would be cool to incorporate them every game.
Come
Instead
out
of just
on
the one
on a
game.
horse
Lead the team out on a horse.
and jam a spear like
Well, you can't.
down into
You
something.
don't have to do the spear.
Yeah, you do.
No, you can't. It's the turf, so they'd have
No,
to
you
do
put
something.
you put a hay bale out there and jam it in there.
Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm with you.
I'm just saying, there's nothing offensive to that because
No, it's an actual
not
member of the
demeaning it.
Ute tribe that's providing it.
would that not be cool?
It would be
Florida State still does it. They still have a member of the Seminole tribe.
It's way better than your energy
Right out.
will light the cauldron.
It has
Versus
nothing.
the Falcon or whatever it was that took off
yeah.
and we lost him.
It just was found over like Sugar
Let him go.
House.
The hawk. What was his
Oh my
name?
gosh, he's at 21st South. We'll never see.
What was
He
his
was
name?
sitting on like the light post.
What was the hawk's name? Gosh, dang it. Now I can't remember. He had
Swoop.
a name. No, it wasn't Swoop.
Google it.
Okay, can we move on now?
That's
No,
fine.
that's a
those
good
are
point.
those are my game time
That would be
points
cool.
that I wanted to make.
I don't have any.
We'll do a couple polls, put all that stuff out
Okay.
there.
We shall. See
Okay,
who agrees
what's up?
with me.
Let's go to the next up.
Oh,
Anus
jeez.
you.
Freaking A.
Hey, the season starts now.
That's right.
It terrifies me, actually.
The season starts now.
This is it.
This is it. The preseason's over. The other stuff, okay, it was fun. Football, I loved it. You know, but it doesn't matter.
No, this
Is it. You want to accomplish your goals? This is it. It starts
No
now.
slipping now, man.
There's zero room for error. There's enough good teams in the Pac-12 right now
Yeah.
that you cannot afford to slip because some of these other teams will take advantage of it.
So what do you think about Anus U? What are we going to...
Dude, I'll tell you, I felt really good about it until yesterday when Bryn sent the text message that Herm had been let go, and it makes me very, very nervous. You never know what's going to happen. Someone compared it to like a wounded animal.
Whittingham did.
It was a Whittingham quote.
It's Whit quotes.
It's perfect. It's a
Yeah.
wounded animal. You don't know what they're going to do. They have nothing to lose. They're going to come out, and who knows what they're going to look like. It's at home. I'm nervous about it. I really am.
Yeah, I would say this. Yeah, don't underestimate this because of it. Because it's what you said. Plus, some coaches, either call the defense, some call the offense. They actually are like an offensive coordinator. Some do that. Herm, and this Whit even said this, is that he just lets his coordinators run things. So, by the way, I liked Herm Edwards myself, but
I did
he's
until
gone.
a couple years ago.
But it's not going to change how the coordinators operate. So that's not going to be disrupted.
Have they named a interim?
Yeah, it's the running backs coach.
The running backs
Running
coach
backs
who's
coach.
been there for a few years. He came from the high school ranks, won a bunch of games in high school. But
Yeah.
he's been there with the program for a while.
I'm just saying is that the coordinators are still there. They're the ones that have been calling the shots defensively and offensively. Now Herm's gone. Who knows? So I agree. We have to go in and play ball. It's in their place, and we've seemed to have some difficulty at ASU. The thing is, though, so they got pretty beat up by Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
They got, 35-17, something like that. Who was their first game?
I'm pulling up their schedule right now.
It was
They're 1-2.
the first game was
I don't know.
they killed him because they should kill him. Then it was okay. Well, you got it?
Yeah, I'm pulling up.
It was Eastern Michigan that they just lost to on Saturday.
At home, by the way.
Okay, see that's the thing.
At home.
So they slaughtered their patsy up front, which was
they won 40-3 against NAU, Northern Arizona University. So they won 40-3, which you should, right? That's
Yeah.
okay. Oklahoma
SUU
State then took them out.
caliber. And then they got beat 34-17 by Oklahoma State, who's pretty dang good.
Who's 11 now? I think.
Yeah, they're ranked 11th right now. But it was this last weekend when you get beat at home to Eastern Michigan. 30-21.
Right. See, that's can't happen.
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing,
So
really.
that's why Herm's gone. That was like so. And I looked at the line. I looked at a couple of betting lines. As far as and Utah on one was 14, which is a big march in it.
That's a
and someone else
big-
was 15.
on the road.
Yeah, on the road, 14 and 15. So I feel like yes, we should go and win. And plus, they still have hanging over them, and I don't know how much this is affecting them, but it's that investigation.
Well,
So you lose your head coach. There's still an investigation. You just got killed, or not killed, but you got beat by Eastern Michigan.
Embarrassed.
It's not good. So will they rally? I believe they will. If we can withstand that, play our game, and get things rolling in our direction, you know what? Where's the will at some point? Anyway, that's my take on
I
that.
don't know. Pac-12 play, it freaks me out this year. I don't know, this year especially, I think, every year with Pac-12 play, there's always weird stuff that goes on. The games where you think, oh, we'll for sure win are the ones that you lose and things like that. And so you can't underestimate any team, I feel like, this year. Even like Colorado. I know Colorado is having a horrible year. But we've seen weird
ASU?
things happen.
Yeah.
Got athletes.
So it makes me nervous, and we've struggled
So they
at
average
ASU before.
Yeah, they average 190 yards per game on the ground with these 3 games, and they average per game 185 passing.
I'm telling you, dude.
Very balanced.
This is not you can't look at this and go, they lost to Eastern Michigan. This is an easy W. No, you're right. They got dudes, they got talent. They're weird situations going on down there. They got number 13 Utah coming to town. What better time to make a statement than now? And with how slow our starts have been,
Yeah, we can't have that.
Okay,
that
so
cannot happen.
I wanted to read this tweet from our friend Cole Bagley from Fan Nation All Utes. He tweeted this out. So this is our first quarters against San Diego State and also SUU.
Ugh, I don't want to hear it.
In the first quarter, 205 yards, 12 first downs, and 7 points. Then our second quarters in both those weeks, 421 yards, so double, 22 first downs, triple, and 59 points. No. Yeah, so 7 points first quarter, 59 points second quarter. And his point is, he says something has to change heading into Pac-12 play. The conference won't be as forgiving with slow starts. So
That's a fact.
it's a
bingo.
huge factor. So I know, okay, San Diego State, yeah, we ended up pulling it out and all that is great, but it does make me nervous because for whatever reason, it's taking us some time, and we can't have that with these Pac-12 teams. They're not going to let us.
No, well, and
If
Ludwig,
you get too far behind, you can't make it back up.
Ludwig talked about it today that the slow starts is a major point of emphasis this week. You know, and he said there's a couple things that go into it, you know, whatever. But, you know, he gives credit to the other team, you know, like we talked about. The other team wants to play football too. You know,
Yeah, it's not like-
it's not a gift because you walk out and we're ranked, we're Utah, we're at home, blah, 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 roll over. They still want to win the football game too. But you're exactly right. Going into Pac-12 play, there are going to be some teams, and this week
We'll get down.
we'll be down 10, 14-0.
So ASU, this is a new quarterback, right? And he's a transfer.
Yeah,
from,
so
this year.
from Florida.
JT Daniels is gone, and then
He's
this
at
dude.
LSU.
Right.
Yeah, JT Daniels is, which is still weird.
It is.
This dude's not bad. This quarterback's not bad.
No, he is. They're good. So
Are we giving score prediction?
No.
No,
We're
I'm
not?
Not yet. Not yet. We will.
Oh. When are you going to do that? How much more do you want to say?
Nothing.
I know. It's games at 8:30 p.m. on,
Which I'm good with because I'm going
ESPN.
golfing, so I'm good with it.
is it ESPN 2?
Hold on. I was just looking. No, I think it's on the
The
ESPN.
The ESPN.
ESPN has a 83% chance the Utah wins this game. It's on ESPN, 8:30 Mountain Time.
I mean, all things considered, yes, we should go in there and win.
Yeah,
but
it's a 14-point
but
spread
it
at the
freaks
moment.
me out. Freaks me out. Every
All
single
of them gonna
game.
be. All of them.
From now on,
I
it's
just
gonna
look
freak
back.
me out.
The history of us going down to these Arizona schools.
Yeah,
Struggle.
We struggle.
we do. It's just the way it is.
I mean, last year we went to Arizona and we should have beat them by 30,
Yeah.
and we struggled.
Could have lost that one.
We could have lost that one. It's just it's weird. I look back on the Travis Wilson era and all that, going down to Arizona State. We're better. We should beat them, and we walk out of there with a loss.
Yeah.
So
It's happened too many times.
times. I'm nervous.
So you're not.
Okay,
not
I'll give you.
giving
I'll give you
score?
my score. It's going to be 35-21, Utah.
That's a 14 points. There you go.
See
Spread.
that? See that?
I think it's 28-17 Utah. I think it's closer than, I just think it's closer. This wounded dog mentality of Arizona
Yeah.
State,
Could be a rallying thing.
it could
Yeah.
be.
It's
I mean,
freaky.
last year, Washington State, they fired their coach. They were just down. The next game that they played, they looked like a whole different team, and you just don't know.
Yeah.
So, Bryn,
You got one?
I'm going to go 32-24.
Wow.
I think it's going to be close.
That is close.
and it makes me nervous. But hey, I mean,
I think we walk out of with the win. I think we're the better team. We're better coached. We got dudes. I think our defense is just starting to kind of hit their stride. But outside of the Florida game, this is going to be the best athletes we've played all year. Who knows?
the Pac-12's on an upswing right now, which I like seeing.
I agree.
I mean, Washington.
Washington.
Props to Washington.
Yeah.
Obviously, Oregon.
Let's talk Oregon. While we're
Props.
doing that, let's just go down the list of some of these teams.
Okay.
So Utah, USC, Oregon, Washington, all ranked right now. 4 teams. It's pretty.
Yes. 'Cause
And those
Washington
are-
jumped in.
We're
When you think
13,
about it,
Oregon's
though,
15.
Those are the 4 marquee teams in the conference. So they all should be ranked.
USC is still 7th.
Yeah,
So
USC 7.
So what do you? Did you see some of the Oregon game?
Yeah, I watched the Oregon game.
I saw most of it. What do you think?
I still don't know what to make of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I watched them play Georgia, and who Georgia's an NFL team.
Oh, they looked horrible too.
And then
Oregon
they
did.
played a nobody, and then they played this last week, and they looked really good. They looked well balanced. The defense looked very, very good. I still just don't know what to make of them because I don't know the level of competition they've played so far.
Well, so Oregon got slaughtered by Georgia.
Yeah,
I would presume Utah probably would too.
it would not be
To
pretty.
be honest.
Yeah.
And then they destroyed Eastern Washington just like we destroyed SUU.
Yep.
They took them out 70-14, and then they won on Saturday against a ranked team, 41-20.
But that again,
And but I'm watching the game.
it wasn't
And-
even that close, by the way.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't
Yeah.
that close.
They
Pretty much
took out their starting quarterback in the third quarter.
give them some time, and it hurt them.
It hurt them. It hurt them.
But I'm just saying that Oregon looked pretty good, and they were running the ball, and they're fast. It's that spread type of offense. It's not a power run, but they ran it a lot. The thing is, as I'm watching it, I'm going, okay, they can run the ball, and they got this speed, so you got to deal with that. But and Bo Nix, he likes to run the ball
He looked
and stuff.
decent.
But then what got me is he actually threw the ball well at
Yeah.
times. And I thought, okay.
He made some throws.
They're better. This is a threat. Oregon, I mean, every game is in
yeah.
of itself. You never know. But
Well, we have to go there.
I'm watching a
Yeah.
lot of the game going, man, they can run, but can they throw? And then Bo Nix started making some throws. Mm-hmm. I thought, okay.
He's really up and down though.
That's what I'm.
But I mean,
But you get him on an up game.
right? You get it on the whole team. You get him on an upswing.
You get them rolling, and
So who do they play next week or this week? This Saturday.
and they play. This is big. It's
Ooh,
Washington State.
Washington State won last week.
Where
against
is it
ranked
on the
team.
road, or is it at Autzen?
I
I don't have.
don't know. To be honest with you.
either way.
So yeah, I mean that's
So this
yeah, every game's gonna be a
this
test.
is a big
I just
week
feel
for
like
both those teams.
Yeah,
Like, every week is, but
the
that's a good
conference is
game.
on an up. I gotta say.
it feels that way right now.
I mean, even the down, like Arizona's looking better. I know they just barely beat a North Dakota State team this last weekend. North Dakota State was actually favored in that game, which is crazy, and has a history of being a really good football team.
I mean, Oregon State, they're
So
looking
S-
really.
Yeah.
Oregon
What
State,
about
man.
SC? They're ranked 7. Let's go down the list. They're 7.
I still maintain that I don't know. I want to see them play somebody who can actually give them a run for their money.
bingo. They haven't played anybody to me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. Okay, they did to Rice what they should have done. You got to give them credit.
Oh yeah,
Hey, I'm watching Covey punt return right now.
Covey.
You guys
Oh,
discount
dang.
Stanford, but Stanford in the Pac-12, they're a good football team, and they were handled.
Okay.
Okay, they took, are they superior? No, but USC was never in jeopardy in that game. They controlled it, dude. I watched it. And I figured that they would beat Fresno State, but going into that game, Fresno State's a good football team.
Fresno State's a good football team.
football team.
They held
A
it pretty
good
close
football
for a
team.
while. Fresno State
And
did.
USC
Beat them pretty good.
handled them
Yeah.
clearly. So I'm just saying,
Here's
and then but here's the thing: is
this week
they play Oregon State, so this is
a good week.
This is a massive week for to really get things kicked off.
That's all I'm saying with SC. I don't feel like I've seen them be tested. I want to see them be tested. If they then come out on top of all the tests, okay.
Of course.
But they need to be tested. I just want to see it. So I think this weekend, Oregon State, because Oregon State's been playing really well.
SC is they're a very good football team. I'm very glad we get them at home this year. There is no question about that. I think that they're going to be undefeated coming into Rice Eccles. They're going to be a top 5-6 team. That's great. I'm with you. I'm very interested to see who they play and prove it. I think they are getting way too much national love, if I'm being honest. The amount of people that are just jumping on. I mean, you called me the other day talking about Cowherd is just over there slobbering.
Why do you keep listening to him? You complain about him
I'm just
every
getting
week.
information.
But I watch them play, and yes, they've got dudes. They're talented. Their offense looks very
Defense
good.
looked questionable, though.
The defense looks questionable. And Stanford and Fresno State are decent football teams. They are not great football teams. Here's the thing, though. USC's schedule this year, outside of playing at Utah, pretty dang soft. They do not have...
Well, we're going to find out because they play Oregon State.
I think they beat Oregon State.
That's one of the things we're going to have to find out.
Right. Would I be shocked if Oregon State beat them? No, not it.
No.
Because it's at Corvallis, so I wouldn't be surprised. But they miss Oregon and they miss Washington this year, which that's a
who right now are looking like the better teams.
Pretty
in the
good
Pac-12.
teams.
So Oregon State beat Boise State 34-17. First game of the season. Good win.
Mm-hmm.
Good win.
Oregon State beat Fresno State 35-32. And they destroyed Montana State 68-28, as they should. So, and they're 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
SC is 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good game.
This is in Corvallis.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Is that what that?
I don't know. It doesn't say on that
Yeah,
website.
it's
that
in
you're on.
Corvallis.
Okay, that's huge.
It's in Corvallis at 7:30 on Saturday. The fact Oregon State's not ranked, though, I got to say.
Yeah, that's a joke.
It's a joke.
It is a joke.
They are absolutely should be ranked 24, 25.
Well, Washington
Absolutely.
State, too. 'Cause
And
they
Washington
beat-
State.
who
I
was
know
it,
you
last
can't
week?
just put all the... But they have looked very good. It's a sham that they're not ranked.
We're going to find... You're right. This week is
Garbage
big for that
rankings.
game, and I'm not sure... I mean, either way,
Pulling
we're
up
going to
the
be
odds
playing them
right
both,
now.
but I'm just saying we're going to know the strength of the league.
Okay,
SC is a 6.5 point favorite in that game.
6.5. That's not that much. Who does Washington play? Oh,
Well, let me go with Washington State. It's just interesting.
Good grief.
So they barely beat Idaho. This is what surprised me. Is Washington State barely beat Idaho. Then they beat Wisconsin.
who was like 11th
They were
at the
ranked
time,
like
weren't
11
they?
or 13 or something like that.
And then they beat Colorado State handily. So,
Man, the state of Colorado football right now.
It's struggling.
Colorado State's 0-3.
Even Colorado put out a statement saying, "Did you see that?"
We know you're disappointed in us,
Like, that's bad.
but
If you have
we're
to put out
working
a-
on it. Like
If you have
that is
to put out a
bad.
statement, that's not good.
But they're 3-0. And it's... Then Washington, you were asking about Washington.
Yeah, who do they play?
And so they're
Because they're coming off a good win.
So they destroyed Kent State first game. See, this is the thing about Washington. It's hard to read it because they played Kent State and Portland State.
Yeah, but they just beat Michigan State,
Right. But
who was ranked 11, and they beat them.
So they're 3-0
Good.
also.
39-28.
So isn't it USC, Oregon State, Washington, and Washington State are all 3-0?
Huh?
But I'm with Washington, though. I'm just saying, dude, they played two patsies, so it's hard. They had one game, good win. I'll give it to them. But I can't judge the rest of Portland State and
Which goes back to our
Kent
argument
State.
of there should not be rankings until week 4 or 5.
I mean,
Because look at this. I'm with you 100%. How good's Utah? I don't know.
I don't know. So who does Washington
know yet.
play?
We don't know because we lost to a team that I thought was pretty dang good and ends up
Stanford.
might not being great.
Yeah.
We beat the two teams we're supposed to beat, and then USC, Washington. We don't know.
Well, it's going to be a good weekend. At
great
least
weekend
in the
football.
Pac-12 for sure. There's some interesting matchups. So
Oh, the Pac-12, it's go time, baby.
I know.
Exciting.
Here we go.
As far as the national scene,
There weren't really a lot of good games.
if
this
you'll
weekend.
notice, this week was really weird. Not weird. I don't know what the word is. It was the week of lesser opponents.
Yeah.
It
A
was.
lot of patsies teams were playing this
Most
week.
people do it that way. To
the
ramp
third
up.
week?
Yeah, because you're starting conference play either this week or next week.
It was crap.
It was basically just blowouts.
It was kind of boring.
I turned the TV on around 11:30. It was just like 38-0, 40-0. Like every game that was on was.
Most teams played a patsy.
So there wasn't really
Well, I'll
anything.
say this,
Utah
though,
did.
Georgia
Oregon did.
Played
Georgia
South Carolina and killed them. Georgia's good, man.
Thanks,
They
Brett.
are good. I got that one.
Thank you. Georgia, dude.
So, okay, here's what I'm saying. Alabama played Monroe.
Alabama shouldn't be allowed to play.
Ohio State played Toledo.
Any.
Michigan played UConn.
59-0.
Clemson played Louisiana Tech. Oklahoma played Nebraska, but Nebraska's in the...
Nebraska football.
What has happened to that?
What is going
But see,
on up
but they
there?
were one where they'd fired their coach, so you don't know if are they going to like
They've
been
rally or are they
struggling,
going to
though.
come? But no, they just got creamed.
They got
it
boat
was
raced.
it was kind of a lame weekend.
It was. I tried to watch some games and there wasn't any great ones. Every game I turned on was a blowout.
Yeah.
Oregon game was a good game.
It was a blowout though.
Oklahoma State played Arkansas Pine something.
Technical college.
Kentucky played Youngstown
See.
State. Arkansas played Missouri.
There's some schools
State.
making some money this weekend though. So
But then you got
good
Washington.
Good on ya.
Arkansas State played who? Oh no, Arkansas.
Arkansas played Missouri
Missouri
State.
State.
Missouri
Isn't that
State.
where Shelley's playing? Jason Shelley.
Missouri State?
Hold on. I'm pretty sure he was playing
Yeah,
Arkansas
I saw
this
his
weekend.
name over the weekend. I mean, A&M came back and won.
It was
after
only
their-
38-27.
Jason
dude.
Shelley, former Ute quarterback. He's the quarterback now for Missouri State.
I didn't know that.
He just
And
got beat.
he actually had a couple of highlights that were shown on ESPN
Oh, good for him.
against
man.
Arkansas, putting guys in spin cycles and scoring touchdowns. It was pretty dang cool. All of a sudden, I
Nice.
turn on Twitter, and there's Jason Shelley, Ute legend.
All right. Well,
Well, let me just see if there's anything. Texas and A&M
they
took
rallied.
out Miami.
They rallied and came back.
Utah, Tennessee, Akron,
Anyway,
Baylor. How did they even against Texas State? See, it was the week of the patsies.
Yeah, it was. It was so.
Kind of I'm just glad football now we can start playing it.
Next week is when it
we
all begins.
it starts now. I mean, this is it.
All right. Jackass of the week.
Let's go, Jackass. Do
Do you want to introduce it?
you want to introduce it? Or do
Well-
you want to introduce it?
Do you want to introduce it? Do you want to introduce it?
Okay.
Do I want to
I
introduce
mean-
it?
We're doing the Jackass here.
This is the Jackass of the week. It's not surprising, but the Jackass Award goes to the Oregon fans who decided to chant F the Mormons against their opponent on Saturday. I mean, sadly, I will say this is not
Are you surprised by
rare
this?
occurrence. USC did the same thing last year.
I don't get it.
And it's jackassery. I'm sorry, but it's an entire religion that you're just, you're lumping all together. It's complete bigotry towards an entire religion, and it's crap.
It's unacceptable.
It's
I'll
crap.
say it. Some of the jackasses we do is sort of in fun, though some of them are really bad, but we have some fun with it.
Yeah.
This is intolerable.
100%.
This is disgusting. Unacceptable. I don't care if, it's bad enough to say F the opponent. I think that's over the line, and they were effing us at Florida like we talked about.
Well, right,
okay,
yeah.
that's bad enough, but when you're effing on religion, can you imagine? Now I know that they've sent out an apology,
Right. Both
And-
the Oregon University and the student
right?
section.
But I've not seen a lot on the national,
And you won't.
and you won't. And this is, can you imagine if it was F the Muslims?
no.
Oh,
F the Catholics. F a race.
Or you put any group or religious group in there.
Orientation. Bigotry is bigotry. Whether it's a religion, race, orientation, or anything else. And it is, if you're against it, you are against it, and it cannot be tolerated in any form, in any way. And it was disgusting. I watched the video. It's pathetic. Yeah. There needs to be some things done. So on this one, okay, we call it a jackass, but it isn't fun for me because I think it's disgusting.
Well, I think like you said, and kind of like we said, this isn't new. We've heard it even as Utah. I mean, we got it in Florida too. All the Mormon jokes, all the everything.
Polygamy jokes.
Just because we're from the state of Utah. So we're not surprised by it. Again, it's happened at other places, but I think like you said, it needs to be called out. Enough is enough. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be called out. It's unacceptable behavior. And we got to get rid of it. I mean, enough is enough.
It's terrible. So, all right. That's over. We said it. That's the jackassery. We got a game to win this week.
Oh, boy.
8:30 Mountain Time.
Oh, dang.
That's so late.
I'm going to need
Saturday
a couple
night.
Red Bulls to stay up for this one.
Get me some Red Bull, Gary cocktail
See,
cooking.
we complain about, I'll complain about noon. I'm going to complain about 8:30.
No.
I just want like
She's whining about everything.
I want
it's
a
football.
4 o'clock
No.
or 6 o'clock.
I'll take an 8 o'clock kick at home. I'm happy with that. I'll take a 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Noon, terrible.
Yeah, these are tough.
Unless you don't have kids. If you don't have kids, fine.
Yeah,
but
if you don't have kids.
Most of us have kids and are going, I've got dance and soccer and football and tennis and
I'm screwed.
lacrosse and
All right.
badminton and all the crap your kids do, and
Badminton.
it's terrible.
All right.
All right. Go Utes.
Here we go.
All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Jeez.
Listening to this rant
Man.
for an hour.
Pac-12 play.
Did I smile enough?
Your energy will bring the cauldron to life.
You keep it going. You're doing it. Man.
H.
Take your Ritalin, would you?
More of an Adderall
He
kinda
wants
guy.
you to be happy and
And then I am
I want you to be happy, but goofy.
And then it's don't be too happy.
I'm lighting the cauldron, Gary, with my energy.
Is that like your hocus pocus?
Yes.
Man.